Hello everybody and welcome here to CyberGamer TV. Myself, Tobi Wan being back here in the studio. It is absolutely fantastic to be shoutcasting Dota again. Streaming out live is the main thing I'm talking about. We've had a couple of VODs going up here and there, but as a live streaming, we're back here and doing for the great audience over there on goes2gamers.net. Thank you very much for letting me post up the stream to there, as well as all those people who have made the very, very long trek down south, that is the Southern Hemisphere, to the CyberGamer TV website. That's right, it is hosted actually overseas, but we're of course based down here, if you can't tell by the accent, in Australia. The teams who are not from Australia, however, are our two teams coming up tonight. It is Lebanon versus Denmark, with a bit of an American thrown in just for good measure. It is MYM going up against Unique here in the Farm4Fame number 3. We're into our second group stages now, I believe, or something along those lines. But we will actually, without further ado and without me blabbing, we'll jump ourselves in so you can actually see the bans and the picks which are currently going on in the game right now. And looks like Toxic is going to give him a special shout out to Ichigo if he's currently listening in. Toxic's going to throw that one out from all the homeboys back in Peepstown. I say that as Lebanon. Yeah, anyway, what we're going to see is, just checking, I do actually have a co-caster for this evening. His name is Slash. He is here to actually shoutcast with me, so hopefully he will be back in just a moment. He has disappeared. He's been having a couple of issues with his net, so hopefully he will be actually here. He's helping out his mother. What a very, very good boy. Well, mothers can stop for Dota is what we're here for. It's why we're actually here. All right, so we will have MYM playing for the Sentinel side, and we will have our Unique boys playing on the Scourge side. And it's Lebanon. Lebanon. I said Lebanon. It's Lebanon. It's just with an Australian accent. We've got the guys in the IRC chat. Because big shout there to Kustax. This is Kustax. I think his name is Kustax. Who is currently sitting. He's actually made his way to the CyberGamer TV chat. And of course, is signed up on the CyberGamer TV. You must be a member to talk on the chat. It's basically that simple. Cuts down the spam as well as the crime. It's great. Anyway, let's have a look at these bans so far. Invoker and Batrider have actually been removed by MYM. Taking out Weaver as the first ban coming out from Unique. Have taken out Clockwork Goblin as well as Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition, one of those heroes of, well, I say late over the last 2 weeks. It has changed out a little bit. As Holy Master just spamming me up a little bit more. But yes, Ancient Apparition has been one of those very, very, very popular picks. Just because he's great for, it's just freaking a nuke anywhere on the map you want to. That's his ultimate. And then there's great ability if you can lock him in place. Can always couple that with the back of a puck and hold him in place, get that cold snap off, and forces the opposition to actually move their positioning around. We do see Visage being banned out as the last one by MYM. It's showing up as Botsy. I don't think Malik is actually playing in tonight's game. We can double check that one with Slash when he gets here as well. He's generally pretty good at decoding the aliases, which there are frickin' hundreds of them for all these players. The more important thing at the moment for all those Unique fans out there, they have picked up one of the heroes which everyone considers as still pretty strong, but not as strong as he used to be. Doombringer is their first one up. Did get a slight change to the regen he actually gets from the firing ground. I'm saying firing ground because I just like calling things by the different names. But yes, the Scorched Earth, I believe it's actually called. It was actually changed. The movement speed, I think, was dropped a little bit, as well as the amount of regen you actually get from there. And, and how many... Yes, we don't need the zoom mode. We don't want the zoom mode. Awesome mode. That Holy Master asking when we're actually going to get the teams to actually do zoom mode when they actually play, and instantly coming back there from the MYM captain saying when Dota 2 is going to start up. So a bit of contradiction and a bit of banter coming out from the players. We can have another bit of a quick check there with Slash to see if he has actually managed to jump himself back into the commentary seat. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He'll be around. And he will spam me up the second he does get himself back here. And yeah, let's have a look over to MYM and see what they've actually come up with. Their first two picks, they have picked up the Earthshaker as well as Windrunner. I do kind of like it straight off the cuff. We've already got ourselves a great mid-game hero in Windrunner herself, and then you do also throw the double stun you have off the two of them. So the shackle shot, which generally does require something to help set it up if you want to try and get the chain stun off, but it's literally a double stun straight off there from MYM, so they can literally take their lineup anywhere they want to from this point. ES, a very, very, very good support hero at any stage of any game. So he is actually in the lineup as the first one coming out from MYM. And we do actually see the Unique boys picking up a Razor, that is the Lightning Revenant, as well as Puck into their lineup. So Razor, a very, very tanky hero. Early on in the piece, I'm always a big fan of actually seeing a lot of aggressiveness coming out from him to try and really control the lane. More than likely, he will be babysat at the top. I do hear twitching coming out there from Slash, so I would love to ask his opinion if he's actually here.
I am here. I'm back here now.
Awesome.
Sorry to let you wait, but a few technical issues keeping me busy.
Yes, yes. The broom goes where? The dustpan is what? I just don't know. I'm not bred for this homely stuff. Yes. But we are actually here, Slash, so you should actually be catching up on the live stream as well, which should be enlarged just on your side of the screen, so I just went to the wrong side of the screen. So you can actually see their draft so far. So bans coming out from MYM, Invoker, Batrider and Visage being removed. Unique removed out Weaver, Clockwork Goblin, Ancient Apparition. First pick did come to Unique, so they did actually grab the Doombringer. MYM answered with ES and Windrunner. To which point Unique said, you know what, we'll get Puck and Razor. And CM is the last one coming out, which we will see in the wonderful hands of Pusher. He really knows how to caress that CM to ward everything. And he will be there for the MYM side. So that's our first three picks we see coming out already.
Yep, I've seen it. And bans, considering the bans, I don't know if you talked about them, but not surprising. Invoker, Visage, Weaver, Clockwork Goblin, Ancient Apparition, all very worthy bans. Not quite sure on the Batrider ban. He's a terrific laner. But still, I don't think he is quite that powerful anymore since teams got more used to him. So, in my opinion, he doesn't necessarily deserve a ban, at least in the first banning phase.
Yeah, well, then again, how do you really class what goes in your first banning phase of late? There's so many great heroes to actually pick from. Like, where do you actually go? Like, you try and set yourself up. You say, okay, we want to remove Initiation. We want to remove the big danger heroes as well. So they've taken out Visage and Invoker for danger heroes. Maybe they just want to take out just one more person like Batrider. But you are completely right, though. As you said, it hasn't been as effective in later games.
Considering the picks by Unique, like the big difference in contrasting to MYM is actually they picked 3 laners till now, so they're leaving themselves the options of the support heroes open. On the other hand, that actually means that they have pretty much already showed MYM their final lineup and showed that they were going for a mid-game strategy, trying to get a semi-carry Razor up with the initiation from Puck, and Doombringer taking one of the crucial heroes out. So most likely going to be Earthshaker if he hasn't thrown his ultimate yet. For the MYM boys, we see 2 great support heroes, absolutely outstanding, awesome support heroes, Earthshaker and Maiden, and both of them also being absolutely dominating on tri-lanes. They're currently ESCM plus insert another carry there. They are currently probably the best combo you can have for tri-lane. The best combo piece still Morphling being removed by Unique boys. So, but still, you got many hard carry options. MYM still leaving themselves open who they're going to send mid. Most likely going to be against that Doombringer.
Yeah,
you really don't want to have that SF going up against Doombringer. Doombringer's completely going to dominate in SF and forcing him out of lane from level 5 onwards and killing him on level 6. Even killing him on level 5 if he isn't careful.
Yeah, SF is not going to have an easy time in the middle, so we might see MYM go with something different. We have seen the last bans come out, so Lich and Tidehunter, 2 support heroes being banned out, especially considering, as you said, the Unique guys did show their hand very early on, so Unique going for any support hero they could. They did ban out Morphling and Potom themselves, but they did actually pick up Witch Doctor as their 4th pick. That being literally, well, you look at their choices, it's just like either with Tidehunter and Lich removed, there goes your big AoE damage. I'm saying AoE, I'm counting the Lich bouncing stun as an AoE. It's not really that, it's actually a chain bounce, but that's not the point. But you do grab a Witch Doctor into the lineup now too. SF is coming up from MYM, so you're perfectly right that SF will come up. What lane they're going to put him in, that is probably going to be our bigger question for what's going to be done. Obviously, you know we're going to see, well, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the really cool thing, and this is why we get Slush into the game, because he gets to correct me when I'm wrong. That's right, I said you can do that. But as far
I always enjoy doing it.
Yes, a little bit too much sometimes. But yes, Unique coming up with Razor, which I'm going to predict is going to go straight towards that top lane. Wish Doctor will be there in support, and one more hero to babysit. Puck should head down towards the bottom lane. Puck always very well known for actually being one of the freaking hardest heroes to actually kill, especially with that phase shift and then the illusionary orbit through jaunting. It's very, very easy to get himself back out. And then Doombringer is the obvious solo mid. And they actually go for LOA up there on the top lane, which is going to make Razor even harder to freaking kill. And interesting to see
that's interesting.
How aggressive they actually get on the top lane as well. But yes, I wish to know what's
interesting. I like that thing. Abaddon, LOE hasn't been played at all in competitive gaming. Unique are as a lesser known team, but they are known to play less known heroes as well, trying to set them off balance. It's all right. I mean, if you have him as a support hero together with Witch Doctor, you only have one melee carry. Sorry, not melee carry. I'm bullshitting around again. You have one melee guy on the lane, which is quite all right. Not sure though if they want to set Razor top or not. They might send the trial in bottom. In terms of how MYM should lane it, I think they should lane let Windrunner solo up against that Puck, because there's no way that Puck can outlane the Windrunner. It's just the advantage that Windrunner has over Puck is so great, and it's one of those solos who destroys another solo pretty easily. And in terms of what to pick for MYM now, they are known to be picking Spectre. So this would be a great trialing carry. But this, on the other hand, would mean that SF's got to go up against a Doombringer. And if we consider same skill level, a Doombringer should be owning that SF.
Yeah, it is a tricky situation for MYM right now. Like, SF does love to solo the mid, but it's not really going to be the best lane for them at the moment, especially the matchup for them. And they actually go for Axe. Wow, how long has it been since I've actually seen an Axe picked up in the lineup? But we will actually see Axe coming out for the lineup. We are going to have a remake very, very fast, so we'll just jump you back to me. It appears the YTV stream I don't think actually went out properly, so we're going to remake ourselves back into this game here. But Axe is the 5th and final pick for MYM. It's new, I'll give it that.
It's obviously Axe is still one of the trademark heroes of Malk as of old. I know probably it means that he's going to be playing. I'm not sure. I just tuned in, so I don't know what their final lineup is for this game. But Axe, he's so the only carrying ability that MYM has is SF basically. Because Windrunner is a since actually both are semi carries, but SF does a better job at carrying than Windrunner does. So they should be. So both teams opting for a mid game strategy. So I actually do hope for a fairly action packed game, since both teams don't have proper late game, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for one as well. It will be a great return to the casting bench. Obviously, it's been a while since we've actually cast together. For people who have just tuned in, this is myself, Tobi Wan, joined by the amazing technical Slash. He's the guy to keep me in the lines, on the tracks, or whatever other phrase you wish to actually use. But yes, we are here casting. On behalf of CyberGamer TV, that's where we're currently streaming out of. That's what this studio is currently being built into. And it is going to be pretty cool. So MYM going up against Unique early in the morning, or late in the evening for them, I do believe. But we are waiting for our last player from Unique to actually rejoin into this game, and then we will actually get ourselves started here, Slash. In fact, just for everyone at home, we'll also pop it up on the screen so you go, oh, look at that. They're not in the game yet. So yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. So Mark, Pusher Street, Missy, King A, which is who's Playmate, and Mania. So Demon's not playing. Okay. Kind of obvious then. Late in the evening, it's easier to have 5 people from Denmark playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll.
But
we're in Zoom mode. Yes.
Go ahead.
Let's just bring the screen down in now, just so we can actually have a look at everybody coming out, because I want to see these lanes roll out. Especially where Axe is going to go. Like, I'm predicting something, but I don't want to say it because I'm going to look like an absolute tool if I do say it. We do see Misery playing Misery playing as Shadow Fiend. Malk is here as the Earthshaker. Mania playing as Windrunner. King A will be the Axe, and Pusher being, as we predicted, our Crystal Maiden. Where they're going to head out to, we'll find out in just a moment. Jump over to the Unique side.
Malk not playing X. Malk is not playing X is not as we predicted. So I failed in my prediction. Yes, but I suppose most people failed with me.
Alright, so who have we actually got? No one wins but I. The LOA, the Lord of Avanus, going out there with Toxie. They are the LOA and Witch Doctor combo, just running themselves around. They are literally healing central. They're like Tweedledum and Tweedledee of the healing scene. Well, bringing up the board here for everybody too. Massive playing as the Doombringer. Swoosh will be Puck, and our last one is Is it Barbara or supposed to be Baba? Baba. We'll go Baba.
It's Baba.
Baba.
Baba time.
Baba. Sweet.
There's been a lot of trolling going up from the Lebanon boys on the Ghost of Gamers 4. I kind of like them, though. They're funny.
Yes. He does make up our last one as Razor, so already... Interesting ward placement coming out. Not wanting to go up too high, because obviously knowing that Malk will be around in that area, but just checking out this interesting ward. It's going to watch anything that's happening around this mid area. So if anyone's going to come in for a gank, moving themselves around, they're instantly going to know about it. So putting a bit of security in their mid lane, and their mid will be massive solo Doom. Puck will be soloing up top, and there's a second ward coming down, so they're going to watch that bottom rune and watch any approaches from the bottom lane. So already Unique are here to mean business. They want to control this map. At least be ready for the ganks if they come out.
Yeah, and so Unique's lanes being as we both predicted actually. Doombringer soloing mid. The trialing on bottom, which I predicted to put Puck solo top. Windrunner is probably going to be soloing top for the MYM side. That's Mania on Windrunner. Trialing SF. And a solo mid X. Wow.
This is going to be interesting, especially going up against a Doombringer. Obviously, Axe does have that healing, so if Doom decides to actually rip on him, they're both melee, so he's going to... basically, Doom is going to take most of the damage from it. So we'll watch that lane very, very closely. But the waves have actually engaged too now, so trail lane on bottom is probably going to be where we have to keep most of our eyes here, Slash.
Yeah, double trialing against trialing. It's certainly it's going to be interesting. But I really want to see how MYMs want to play this. They want that SF to get farmed up. Crystal Maiden and Earthshaker should both be fairly aggressive, and I have no idea whatsoever why Mania chose to go boots first on his Windrunner. I actually thought it was obvious that Puck is going to be soloing top. So he could have gone for a standard item build instead of a boots first build.
Yeah, maybe he just thought Unique was going to do something. Do I dare say Unique? I had to say it. Come on.
It was lame.
It was there. It was there. It was so there. Just like the bottom lane, going for a bit of a pull, a double pull. Pusher is literally the expert at this. And now just harassing LOA back there, letting the creep wave do its main thing. While Wish Doctor and LOA want to have a bit of a go. But we do know the Pusher has that big fissure that will basically change the way that the Scourge are trying to play. So they're not going to dive themselves down any too deep. Or I say that, and Razor goes over the top. Shield's on top of him right now. Going to try and steal off any of these creeps he possibly can. He's got to be careful though. SF has come up from the sides here. We haven't seen the big stuns land out just yet, and he will munch himself through the trees and get himself back out again. But that was an interesting dive there from Barba, and not coming off with any goods.
It was probably he was overestimating the shield of LOA a little bit. Doombringer actually having quite a bit of.
It's level 1. Come on, that shield is like massive.
Yeah.
It's like a chastity belt. Anyway, you were saying before I so rudely interrupt you.
As you always do, Toby. Yeah, I was saying that Doombringer is not having his best all time against that axe. We're currently pausing the game, so more time for me to bullshit around.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because
never
Doombringer,
bullshit. You never bullshit. It's complete normal human shit.
I try not to. I really try not to, but never mind. In terms of the mid lane axe against Doombringer, it's very interesting to put that axe against him, because Doombringer obviously has got 0 armor. He's got 0 starting armor, so one auto hit will hurt. His level 3 level death Doom combo will not kill a strength hero like Axe because he's too tanky.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, during the early phase, since Doombringer is a melee hero, and if he wants to farm, he's got to get close to the creeps. And this is where Axe shines, since his Helix is going to do spitting if he draws creep aggression against that Doombringer.
Actually, we should check the CS scores as well for the middle lane. And would you believe, surprisingly, Axe King A is actually topping the board at 11-0, going up against Doombringer, who is 8-1. So it's not a massive difference. It's 3 creep kills in the space of 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So it's not massively huge.
It's not massive.
But I think the more important thing is the fact that Doom has used up every single bit of regen he's got. Absolutely every single bit. There's still a salve as well as tangos on top of King A. I think that's going to tell you something about how aggressive King A's been.
And he should be. That's a way to play an axe. Going like a man, draw the aggression, and spin around like a madman. Yeah, but the disadvantage that an axe soloing mid has is if he draws that aggression and he actually spins, the creeper is going to push to the Scourge side, so Doombringer can farm safely under his tower, because obviously axe can't tower dive for shit. If he tries to get, if he tries to right-click Doombringer, he can't kill Doom, so to speak.
I love that you said
on the other hand,
he can't tower dive, and the second I click in towards middle lane, he's halfway across it. See Fissure going off there on bottom lane, just a little bit too close there. Barb is getting it caught out just a little bit further. Misery thought he could have a go at him. That freaking forest is getting thinner and thinner as they munch on more and more of those tangos on the bottom lane. Looks like Malk wants to go for it. He's already popped with that clarity, looking for the mana, and as I say, that Unique is already falling back. They don't have their creep wave anymore.
Yeah, they should play more safely. The advantage that Doombringer apparently has over the Axe is his basic regen with Scorched Earth. That actually is helping quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Axe playing very aggressively, and Doombringer having his bottle up, so he's going to have that rune control over Axe, which is certainly going to help. Interesting to see how this is going to be played out, since both teams are using one unconventional pick, LOA for the Scourge side and Axe for the Sentinel side.
Yeah, I still think as far as Axe actually goes, it's the perfect counter in that middle lane to Lucifer, the Doombringer. Because he can just be that aggressive, and if they do wish to actually dive the tower, Axe is a little bit different of not actually going for the kills, but can hold the creep wave back, and they can get that map position if they really want to push their advantage off. As looks like just pushing their advantage a little bit further was on Misery as well as Pusher on the bottom lane. They decided to turn themselves around after Unique really ran a long way past that creep wave, and Invis Earthshaker right now could really cause a lot of troubles here for Unique. They want to get that perfect angle. There's 2 of them now down past the Fissure line. They probably want all 3 before SF makes a go for it, and waiting for that time to actually go, and Unique just holding themselves back right now. And I think they already know there was a ward that was watching that being picked up, so they know there is trouble on bottom lane already. And Melk will come out of that invis without actually being spotted, or not. He plays a smarter game and goes inside the trees on the side.
So I think he could have gone, and I disagree with the fact that you said he was waiting for all three to cross the line. It's actually better to separate one from the other two, in my opinion.
That's true. There is no like VS swap to save anybody or anything like that. And as far as like stuns go, you got a bounce stun, and that's basically about it. And then you got the double stun or triple stun. You could probably say is going to come out of the MYM side. Yeah, if you're right, if they can separate just one person, yeah, you can find yourself a bit more of an easier kill.
Yeah, and since both the Photic Shield of the LOA is near melee range casting, and Witch Doctor's healing as well, so if he manages to cut off that Razor, I think that could have been good.
Wow, that's an interesting move. Doombringer's actually walked all the way back to the main base. To actually buy up and heal up, and then walked himself all the way back out, TP'd himself back out again. That gave Axe a hell of a lot of time to actually farm there in mid lane. It's not a massive. Yeah, oh, the race for the invis rune. Oh, squash. Bottles it just to mock him. Nothing like a bit of a run for a rune on the top lane. Let's talk about the balance of that game on the Ghost of Gamers thread. Wow. Meanwhile back, Axe going to head towards that mid lane once again. So no one really actually roaming out. That's actually one interesting thing to actually note right now. The fact that we haven't seen Push and we haven't seen Melk actually move out of their lanes. As I say that, King A looks like he's actually claimed first blood there in the middle lane. So Axe actually managing to get on top of Doombringer. Doesn't matter that he walked all the way back. He still walks off with a first blood. Now down towards the bottom lane. Looks like the Puck ulti is holding Pusher in place. They do get the kill on the bottom lane as Malk is trying to move himself down towards that tower. We do see LOA doing the small amount of damage. Totem comes up. Will hold Barber in place for just a moment. Malk does sacrifice his life. The Misery does actually not get the kill. It gets taken by the tower that was doing most of the damage. So there's a 3-2 trade right now. And looks like no one wins it, but I is trying to do a little bit more damage towards the Shadow Fiend. And he just basically mops up that shield and then just decides to go from there. And wow, TPs will come down towards that bottom lane. Waiting to see if Puck's going to initiate once again. He's going to get himself coned on the side. So his Illusionary Orb will not get to do the damage he wants to do to Misery on the bottom lane. And it will start to settle the dust around the storm. We're going to be fine. Looks a bit of a do-si-do coming out for Doombringer and Axe as well. But we'll have a save game now too. Just to make sure we don't miss any of this. Just going to double check that we actually still have our wonderful Slash with us. He has been having a couple of issues. You still with us, dude? I don't think so. We've actually lost my co-commentator, which is not an awesome thing. So it is just myself and I. So he will reconnect himself back in sometime very, very soon. 3-2 is currently where we sit. Haste Room will be taken by Puck, which he will bottle it up very, very nicely and run himself up towards the top lane, where Mania's Windrunner is still free farming himself up. Yes, Melk is now on himself a bit of a roam now. Looking for that bit of a gank there in the middle lane. If they can get that call off, we'll give Melk that easy time to actually get himself in position. Bottom lane, having a crack once again. Mount is currently on top of Shadow Fiend. Not quite sure how much damage he took before he actually got there. And trying to transfer his items across, so he does get the tread as well as the bottle charges. Pops off one of them just to try and keep himself alive down there on the bottom lane. And will now try and put a little bit more pressure on that massive heal lane, as well as basically ability to stay alive. It is a very, very powerful lane on the bottom. And Slash, if you are here, dude, just spam up the Skype for me. Easiest way to actually go. Melk has actually rejoined that bottom lane now. Trying to come off the top there. They see the just the trail end of the TP animation. And they did come out from one of the Scourge heroes. It was Abaddon, moving himself back in towards that middle lane. Axe is currently being trailed there by a Ghoul, one of his fanboys that doesn't want to give away King A's position. Or does, actually. That's exactly what that creep is doing. Let's just see if we can double check with Slash once again. Dude, are you still with us? That would be a no, so hopefully he will be back very, very soon for Assault. So back in towards that middle lane, Doombringer trying to get farm whatever he can, with Witch Doctor now in that middle lane as well, so LOA was there before. Now Witch Doctor has decided to actually join up in the team, leaving that tri lane on the bottom there from MYM to try and push up towards this tower in that bottom lane. Raise and LOA should be more than enough to try and keep that lane alive, and looks like they're going to have a little bit more support coming down as Toxie running down towards the regen rune, just basically buying time as Courier's going to come in, and the Courier actually pops the regen rune just in time. Doombringer wanted that Courier's life, but that is one cheeky ass Courier, and not quite sure who that was controlled by, but it is owned by Pusher, so he gets to lay claim to that little bit of a sneaky move. So Doombringer without a regen and without that time being in that mid lane as well, he's not going to be happy with that. So we got Phase, Planeswalker's Cloak, Stout Shield. Should see, well, Axe come up with what you'd expect to be a Hood of Defiance, or something along those lines. As Toxie getting himself caught out in the bottom lane, LOA trying to keep him alive, Restoration going off, and Malk has actually come up a little bit too far right now. We get a little bit of a chain link going off there by Razor, but just a little bit too far off. And Malk very, very wisely deciding to fall himself back a little bit further, realising that it was in over his head. And Doombringer was heading down towards that bottom lane too. Looks like he's got his treads there, or not. The Crow actually stuffing that one up. He's going to have to make his way back again, unless that wasn't actually the end items. No, the Crow is actually on its way back, so needs to complete those treads up for him. So they can actually try and get this gank on bottom lane. Obviously, they want to try and shut down Misery, who at the moment has been free farming that. Well, I wouldn't say free farming, but farming a little bit more that bottom lane. Glyn popping off in middle lane to try and slow down King Ace. Aggressive push. It is 3-2 at the moment. And we're about to see our first tower go down with King A getting the last hit in that tower too. So more money for the big man. Looks like bottom lane has actually now died themselves down. We already see Melk taking a fall, so ES is down. CM holding no one but I down in the backside of the play. Windrunner comes through. Shackle Shot goes off, holding Massive as well as Barb on that bottom lane. And Massive will die on the way back out again. Barb does have a lot of armor, trying to keep himself alive on the back, and the Hunger is on top of him. More damage. Frost Nova from the side. Another beautiful Shackle Shot lined up there by King A's call. And that is one hell of a battle there by MYM to come out on top of. As I have trouble spelling the word save, we are saving the game here at 12 minutes into it. Always look at what buttons you're pressing on the keyboard. It is advisable. Very, very advisable. We'll double check again and just see if Slash is back in the house. No, he's currently not.
I am now.
Hey, there he is. There he is. Thought we actually lost you there for a second.
No, we did. That was my freaking internet. Terrible thing.
I can actually.
It's just not stable when I'm at home.
I can actually say I know exactly how you feel. I'm from Australia, dude. I need to say no more. No more at all. You're from Germany, though.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm from Germany, but I'm at home, like when my parents. I'm currently at home where my parents live, not at my student's apartment, and so the internet connection at home is completely it's horrid. It's terrible.
Awesome.
Just no words to describe it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a summary. I'm going to give you a bit of a summary for what actually happened. Doom got juked out of a regen room by Pusher's Goblin Zeppelin, and there was one hell of a hit of a shit fight in the bottom lane where it went in favour of MYM, coming up 2 kills out of it. So that is where you are currently sitting at. We are 13 minutes and 37 seconds into this game of Unique versus MYM as the Farm4Fame. Loser of this doesn't play any more in this Farm4Fame round. They literally just get to sit there on the side and watch these shoutcasts like everybody else is doing right now and go, wow, that could have been me. Could have been me.
Yeah, 6-3 in favor of MYM. Can you open the hero table so I have a look like who got the kills and who got killed?
You're just a stat man. He's all about the stats. We got 2 kills on the back of Axie to get 1 assist.
All about stats, but
no deaths. We just see Mania pick up 1 kill, 1 assist. Same for Misery as well. There are 3 assists coming out there from Pusher as well. 1 death on the back of him, and Melk has actually died twice. I'm actually going to jump off the stat screen right now as CM is caught in the worst possible position right now. And if Pusher escapes this, he's like a cat with 9 lives. Fisher's trying to come out from there from Malik, but it wasn't close enough here. Cone goes off, but Abaddon does have that last little bit of bit, and now the motivation set up for his team. The Unique team have dived in a hell of a long way. The shackle shot has come off, as well as the power shot. Abaddon's ulti pops off. He's got himself a little bit of a moment of life here, but up goes off on the backside, and the call, the hunger, is on top of Lord of Avanis, and he will actually go down now with King A claiming the last hit from that one. Doombringer and Wish Doctor falling back there with SF from the high ground, just smacking it down. And big shackle, long shackle, 1 raise, 2 raise, Puck, Oldie now coming in over the top. They've already claimed Wish Doctor, but Swoosh is trying to get a little bit more off. Doom goes down, it's not enough, double kill for King A. It is the Axe, and now Mania does get the last hit from that one too. So MYM just rolling that one in front of the Roche pit, and that makes it 11-4 now.
absolutely, that was an epic shackle shot. Mania just showed his full class on that. Basically just standing on one side of the river, on the top hill, waiting for the right moment to strike, and then getting that shackle shot off. That was awesome.
How awesome is it? Like, just the state of mind as well, to actually go, you know what? I don't need to run down. I don't need to actually get close to that fight. If I just stick on the high ground, I can set it up for my team and then come in. And yeah, that was, I think there's a little bit of skill and a little bit of experience all just combining in to make something beautiful for us to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And since Axe got 2 kills, he's going to be closer to his dagger. Can you check his gold account at the moment?
1400.
If he gets an early dagger, that's...
We got Vanguard, Phase, Cloak, and it will be a dagger coming up from the last of it. It's got to be.
Yeah, and God, that's insane. That's insane for a...
Oh,
for
big race, big Fisher, LOA keeping Puck alive up there on the top lane. But that was some great coupling, and now they will get this tier 1 tower on top, or maybe they won't. Glymph is popping off, Axe is hanging around, Doom just putting a little bit of a fire up there in the Scourge neutrals, burning strongly for a kill up there on the top lane, but it won't actually happen. Looks like MYM will actually fall back here, Slash. It goes insane. That looks like they're not going to win the bottom lane though. This Mania and Pusher, the boys from old, focus firing down the tier 1 tower, Glyph being down. It's open for it, and the tier 1 tower will easily go down there on the bot.
Mania going for a early hood, since they're going up against a completely magic-based lineup. You really can't count Doom as a DPS hero. The only DPS hero they have is Razor, and
all mid, King A, the heal was enough. Does he have his ulti? Does he have his ulti? He hasn't used it yet. The hunger he thought might be enough to actually do it. He's trying to catch off Razor here, but LOA, got to give all props there to No One Wins But I for actually keeping his teammate alive, and just for his efforts. Big power shot from the side. Oh, Misery actually got a kill up there on the top lane, but I still love to watch that Windrunner have a go on that mid. And tier 1 tower will go down the top. Oh, but ever so close. Look at the health points of LOA as well as Razors. They just fall themselves back. No one's above 100, hovering about the 50 mark. That was pretty damn close.
That was really, really close. And it was pretty unlucky that Windrunner hit the Razor first instead of the LOE. If he hit LOE, he would have been dead. So damn freaking dead. MYM currently having a huge advantage, and the playmate also definitely having enough gold to buy his dagger, which he is not doing at the moment. He's currently sitting with 2.6k in the bank. He just bought it.
You knew it was only short away, and it looks like Windrunner, Oblivion staff actually coming out. So Hood, Chainmail, Oblivion. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I am always wrong. Orchid of Malevolence.
Yep, should be, but you might want to just stick around with the Oblivion stuff for once for the mana regen, and maybe complete the Blade Mill first.
Possible. Possible. We will find out. Time will tell, or MYM will definitely show us as time moves on. Great Fissure at the moment on top of Massive. 2 quick raises as well, dropping very, very low on HP. Even with the scorched earth, is not going to help him out here. LOA BKB on top of Shadow Fiend is popped off right now. He doesn't really care. He's just running away while Melk dies on the sidelines. He does have that malady on top of him, which is not taking any effect right now. LOA ulti goes off. Razor trying to put that overcharge right over the top, and Ultimate has gone off. Mania and CM trying to fool themselves back a little bit further, especially considering Razor does have that shield on top of him. Wait for that to actually die off, and Puck over the top gets the Warning Rift on top of Misery. He's still trying to fool himself back right now. More heals coming out right now. King A is killing people from behind by the looks of it. He's picked up Massive, so Doombringer goes down. Puck still trying to bring down Misery, and they do manage to bring him down right on top of that bottom rune, which hasn't spawned out just yet. It's up in 6 seconds, but we will see CM also try and run themselves back out with Windrunner in support. Barb is there, as well as Witch Doctor, and is there going to be anyone to come over the top there? CM Pusher tried to go for a little bit of a TP out, didn't come off with the goods there, and Malk will come towards the lane to go, yep, I'm here to fight, and the fight is over. So it is 13-7. That's the first fight. Very, very higgledy-piggledy that did actually go Unique's way.
Yes, I think it just is displayed that in jungle fights, Razor, if you don't manage to kill the guy fast, he's going to stack the Minus armor on top of you, and the stealing the damage. Misery's ultimate, his Requiem of Souls, that didn't really hit quite as well as it should have. He did it probably because he thought he's going to die, so he just pop it off before he does so. But still, and generally, MYM have a massive advantage. And what's Puck's gold account? What's it looking like? Is he close to his dagger as well?
You know what, just for you, we're going to pop it up on the screen. So Puck is currently sitting, no dagger, braces, treads, bottle, 1,200 gold is currently racing for 58 for 11 is his CS score. But only 1,200 gold in the bank account is not going to help him out. Bottom lane now having a go. Malk gets a great fissure off. Will it be enough to hold him in place? Puck is on very, very low HP, but they've got so much regeneration on the bottom lane. They're able to bring down Malk, and Swoosh claiming that life, and very, very fast feet there by Mania. Decides to try and turn himself around and do any sort of power shot damage over the top to try and slow down that creep wave and try and hold on to this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. But it is just so much stability from that Unique side as this game gets longer and longer. And you are exactly right. The fact that MYM does have a lot of advantage here in the game right now, as Massive lagging up just that little bit there. But MYM has all the tier 1 towers down. All the tier 1 towers are still standing up as well. They're pressuring the towers. Even now, we're stuck with watching Axe there on the top lane, past the tier 2 tower on the top, and that tier 2 tower is now going to die with the creep wave just bashing straight against it. So MYM are playing map controls, but as far as like team fights now going, Unique, I wouldn't say they've dictated the battle, but they've definitely come out on top of that last one and just have a little bit more control than they did, we would probably say, about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago was all MYM.
Yeah, still, but if Axe gets a good dagger call in, and SF follows suit with his ulti and just raises, that's going to be hurting very, very bad, especially if once ES gets his dagger, the team fights are definitely going to be in MYM's favor. It's currently the small skirmishes and the jungle fights in which the Unique side is having a big advantage.
We just see one of the Unique players, a very, very big Unique player, Doombringer, so massive. I wasn't actually meaning the pun of big and massive, but he is actually disconnected from the game. Luckily, the save game was literally only maybe, what, 30 seconds ago. So the save reload won't be too bad. So we can load it off here, and we're actually just asking if that's actually possible. Pusher is just like, yeah, we're good. How about we postpone it till next Monday is the call coming out, considering how far this game has already been postponed. Got to be played out tonight, boys. So the call actually from Unique is we cannot load on the bot. Holy Master just slapping Misery down. And Unique are actually happy to play at this point. They believe they can actually go from here. Now, watch it very, very closely. Doombringer, and I wanted to actually reiterate this one because GGNet got in trouble for this. You can only use this hero. You can sell all these items back to the shop and leave the hero in the base, or you can use him with his current items. That's literally all you're allowed to do with this hero from now on. You can't play him as a normal hero, so you can't buy items. Actually, I think you can put consumables on top of him, like wards and things like that. But there are definitely a lot of limits on Doombringer right now of what he's actually allowed to do.
Massive didn't have much farm anyway as a Doombringer. Actually, pretty terrible farm. he got killed many times, I believe, too. So not to blame him completely, but top tower, what I'm saying, bottom tier 2 tower going down as well.
Yeah, I'm looking by the maneuvering of LOA and Doombringer right now that it has actually fallen to no one wins but I to actually control Doombringer. So those two, I think, will be sitting hand in hand for the next foreseeable future of this game. See, they're just patrolled next to each other. Doombringer, one of those heroes are. They are really. It's going to hurt if this game goes another 20 minutes. Doombringer is going to become useless. It's going to be a 4v5 battle, and that is not something Unique want to be staring down the barrel of. And just to help them put it a little bit past contention, MYM are now going to have a crack at Roshan as well.
To be honest, they already...
Wow! Wow, Unique! They want to spoil it! The BKB ulti has gone off by Misery. It did actually hit Razor over the top, but Wishdom doing a lot of damage. Pusher, CM getting caught out right now. Abaddon is coming down as well. King A does manage to claim one of the kills from the side. Fidget coming down from Pusher, trying to give King A little bit more time to do a bit more damage here. LOA's ulti does pop off. Hunger on top of Toxie does keep himself alive at the moment. And now Doombringer will now team up to try and bring down Axe, who does have Maledict cast on top of him right now. 14 to 10. He's still doing damage to Toxie. Those helixes are so damaging as well. Malk manages to actually get a kill just up a little bit higher. The King A does manage to finish Witch Doctor. He thought about coming in and denying himself on top of Roshan. Not going to happen. Blink from Axe himself right back in the battle where he needed to be. Massive, the lever hero has actually gone down now, and no one wins but I will get himself stunned and killed. The Hunger will even eat away at his soul. Tried to deny himself off a little bit there, but didn't come out. And that is 4 very quick kills there by MYM. And with Aegis the Immortal in hand, they will easily now try and... Actually, sorry, they don't actually have that yet. He's still sitting back here.
I was just going to say, they didn't finish it.
That's right. I can correct myself sometimes, but it's a good thing we have Slash here. Razor trying to hold on towards this mid-tier tier 3 tower, doing whatever he can to demolish this creep wave. Will do so successfully. Oh, no, Axe! Blink! Tower dive at Axe. Wish Doctor now coming in. Stun does bounce off there. Maledict's on top of Axe too. Tries to put off the chain link. Just draining that strength away from him right now. A bit more of a charge goes over top. Blink from Puck now coming over the top as well. Tries to put off a Warring Rift. Face shifting himself out as well as the ulti. Wish Doctor drops down his ulti too. Focusing on the heroes. We do lose King A. SF. Misery doing whatever damage he can to whoosh up on the side there. But does lose his teammate as well. Barb has gone down. It was 20 to 11. And Doombringer as LOA just holding hands there in the front of the tier 3 tower, but MYM claiming even more lives.
Revive coming from the park. They gotta defend this space tower. Still, they had the surprise advantage at Roshan, and they did not fully utilize it, I think. The main point was why they had the advantage in the early fight was actually Malk's fissure from his Earthshake is separated. 2 of the MYM heroes, so their own side, caused a disadvantage, which is basically why that CM was caught out very, very fast. But good, absolutely good, really good play by King A with his playmate on the Axe. Managed to get Natham a kill on the Witch Doctor and help him to kill the fleeing Doombringer and LOE, whose ultimate was on cooldown.
I was going to say, a little bit cheeky coming out there from Mania. You know what you did. And everyone who's watching, they know what they did. So, yes. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we will be watching at the moment as the Scourge team trying to hold on wherever they possibly can. And MYM. Oh, this is going to be talk for the forums, a bit of a slander on the RGC. But we will come into it. Oh, Squash, what are you doing? What are you doing, son? What are you doing? Oh, Fisher, shackled, just dead. Just dead. That's all, yeah. All she wrote.
One shackle, or you can't really dodge shackle shot with phase shift if you're basically just standing in front of this guy. Even the best reflexes can't do it. And once you're in the shackle shot, you die. It's 3.5 seconds done. And as squishy here as Puck is not going to survive 3 raises from Misery.
Yeah, that's, wow, even that Helix damage. You know, I've really missed seeing an Axe on the field just for its aggressiveness whenever he gets in there. That burst damage from the Helix. It is a little bit of a, like, what's it, a 33% chance of a spin for the Helix at a level 4?
No, it's less. I think it's some 17% or something like that. 19%. Oh god, I gotta look this up. I haven't played Axe in ages, and I haven't seen anybody playing an Axe in ages either. Oh, he's got Radiance up. What the frick?
It's a return. He comes in, burns on top of Toxie, just blinking in on top, wants that maximum time to actually burn into the Radiance. And instantly, Barbara has now left the game. And GG does come out there from Unique. Misery making the most of it too, just blinking himself in there. Ollie's on top. Razor wants to have a crack at him past the tower. ES comes in on top as well, just to kill Massive off. But we do see the entire Unique side have left off there. And wow, King A finishes off with a triple kill. And stop please, GG is the call. 26-11 is where we're going to end this match out here, Slash. And you've got to say MYM, still a strong performance, but you also got to say to Unique, they came out with a new interesting lineup. It worked not exactly the way they wanted to. That tri-lane heal did really go off nicely. But the power of the Axe shutting down that mid Doombringer, the disconnect from Doombringer as well, definitely a factor coming into this game. And in the end, we do see MYM triumphing.
We do, and it was a fairly fast game, so to speak. The Axe pick against the Doombringer, I think it was a smart pick. It could have gone either way, though. I think this is one of the things that I don't like about the Dota community is if unconventional picks come from certain teams, it works out, oh my god, it was genius. If it doesn't work out, what the fuck? Outpicked, bad pick by whatever. And so this is something you should judge by yourself and just not get carried away just by the mainstream. I don't think everyone should have his own arguments on if a hero works out or not.
Yeah, and essentially my argument will be Doombringer counter. Axe was a good pick. He worked nicely. It allowed him to be aggressive, and that was a good matchup to actually have. And I gotta say, I do actually like the Razor, LOA, Witch Doctor combo on the bottom. It wasn't exactly what they wanted to come off with, and that's because they actually had heroes, which they probably wanted. They probably would have wanted to have Lich down there in the bottom lane, just throwing armor out for everybody and making Razor even harder to kill. He was banned out. Tornado was removed as well. Wouldn't have been exactly where they wanted to be, but they still made the most of what they actually had. And seriously, LOA, he's still not a bad hero to actually pick up. He kept a lot of people alive in a lot of battles then, as well as allowed that bottom tri-lane to be a lot more aggressive than what you thought it actually would have been. Like ES, generally, you see him in the lane and you throw him with a CM, it's like, oh no, tri-lane is over. But Unique still made the most of it.
They did a good job. They did a good job, I believe. Still, the main point was a Puck console against Windrunner. We saw Mania having a hood and face boots very fast indeed. On top lane, Axe countering Doom on mid lane, so that's 2 lanes you're losing. And considering that you can't basically win your tri-lane either, they were at a massive disadvantage.
Yeah. Many things. Obviously, everything Unique and MYM will think about in the future. And of course, speaking about the future, we do have more shoutcasts coming up. At the moment, the only one you'll see confirmed on CyberGamer TV is the Farm4Fame final. Not Farm4Fame final, the Pick League final, I believe it actually is. As I will actually just look over to my other screen. We have 101 monitors to actually tell us this kind of information. But it is, in fact, the Pick League Division 1 final. MYM going up against GG Net. That will will be on Monday night it will actually be on, guys. So check that one out. It gives you a countdown timer as well on the CGTV timetable. We will also be shoutcasting this weekend. That is Saturday and Sunday. We have the big lands from Malaysia, and there's also another couple of lands happening around the place as well. So we'll see what replay packages we can get hold of ourselves and what WOG TV streams are coming out. So join us on Saturday for what should be a pretty big bonanza of Dota casting. I have the weekend off, winner! So it's going to be shoutcasting all weekend. And of course, last but not least, I would like to thank you very, very much here, Slash, for coming on, dude. It's been a pleasure to actually have you here.
Thank you very much, Toby.
And I think he just disconnected in perfect style for the Shoutcast. So thank you very much there to Slash. We'll be back with more CyberGamer TV action. So check out the site, check out the YouTube channel. This is the first one going up there in a while. So thank you very much for everybody's patience. And we'll be back with more casting. So keep your eyes on the CyberGamer TV page. More will be coming to you soon. From myself, Tobi Wan, Pandan as well for the Counter-Strike stuff. Even a bit of StarCraft and Quake coming up as well. So check it all out. It's going to be awesome. So catch you then, guys.